It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Expedia.com, where you can find yours with Expedia. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history.
October 21st, and happy anti-piracy day. At least that's what Microsoft wanted back in 2008. I don't know if they got it or not, but anyway, happy anti-piracy day. 1949, Chinese computer engineer Wang files a patent for a magnetic ferrite core memory entitled Pulse Transfer Controlling Devices. 2 years later, Wang will found the Wang Laboratories. In 1975, Atari patents the first sit-down cockpit-style arcade cabinet designed by Peter Takaichi for the horizontal scrolling driving game Highway. In 1986, U.S. President Ronald Reagan signs the Electronic Communications Privacy Act 1986 into law. The act extends government restrictions on wiretaps from telephone systems to electronic mail, but the assumption that the law also protects the nation's bulletin board systems rapidly spreads. Soon, sysops find themselves entangled in a whole new set of liabilities with no guidance. In 1992, in the case of Sega versus Accolade, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals dismisses Sega's appeal of the earlier August 28th ruling in favor of Accolade. The case sets a precedent under which copyright does not extend to content required by another system to operate where the content was deemed non-expressive. In 1993, Apple Computer introduces the Color Classic 2, otherwise known as the Performa 275. They also introduced the Mac LC3 Plus, also known as the Performa 460, Performa 466, and Performa 467. And Apple Computer introduces the Macintosh Quadra 605, which featured a 25 MHz Motorola 68LC040 processor, 132 MB RAM, 160 or 230 MB hard drive, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. And it would sell for under $1,000. And last part of that Apple released, they introduced the number of new computers. John Sculley announces that he would accept a position as chairman of and CEO of Spectrum Information Technologies for a salary of $1 million. In 1996, Exponential Technology debuts the 533 MHz X704 PowerPC compatible processor for Macintosh OS and Windows NT microcomputers. And Motorola and IBM announce a 240 MHz PowerPC 603E microprocessor. In 1997, the United States Justice Department files a motion in federal court to hold Microsoft in contempt of court for allegedly violating a July 1994 consent decree by continuing to force computer manufacturers to distribute Internet Explorer with Windows 95. The Justice Department asks the court to hold Microsoft and impose the $1 million a day fine until the company stops bundling its browser into the operating system. In 1998, Microsoft releases the Windows NT 4.0 Service Pack 4, and Nintendo releases the Game Boy Color portable video game system in Japan.
And now this word from our friends over at Expedia. Las Vegas, Jamaica, San Francisco, China, New York, Portland, Florida. Have you been? Maybe you're from there and you need to start planning your trip home for the holidays. Now is the time to do that. With rates at their lowest for November and December, you can get great deals in planning your trip. That's where Expedia comes in, from air travel, hotels, cars, and full vacation packages. Because who doesn't want to be in a warm city during the coldest of winters? You can also earn Expedia points so you can use them on more trips all around the world. Get $25 off your first hotel booking at Expedia. Go over to geekazine.com/Expedia for more details. Over at Expedia, find yours. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. Back at 2002, at approximately 4:45 p.m., an estimated 6,000 computers launched a distributed denial-of-service attack on 13 root servers that controlled the majority of the Internet's traffic in what some would call the biggest ever hacking attack on the Internet. The servers were bombarded with 30 to 40 times their usual amount of traffic, causing periods of zero response in 7 of the 13 servers, and severely diminished capacity on the 8th server. 2006, the first version of Simple Instant Messenger, version 0.9.4.1, is released for Linux, Mac OS X, and Windows. It's a free software multi-protocol instant messaging application based on the Qt library. 2008, federal judge orders Oracle to give a specific dollar amount in a lawsuit over handling of third-party data for ex-Oracle customers who switched over to its archival. Also in 2008, ThinkFree announced the availability of an Office suite for netbooks. And in the down economy, Apple boasted a promising third-quarter sales. VMware sales were also to rise, and Yahoo announced a 64% drop, which would result in over 1,400 people losing their jobs through an email sent by the CEO at the time, Jerry Yang. And also in 2008, American Airlines sued Yahoo over trademark search ads. They brought the lawsuit on just after settling with Google over the exact same thing. 2009, Microsoft penned 2 partnerships, one with Twitter and the other one with Facebook. Both would add Bing search to their social networks. And in 2010, it's first reported that CBS and ABC were some of the networks that had put a block on Google TV to access streaming video content. Since Google TV accesses their video through the web browser, they would go to the actual website and then click on the video. That's where they would get blocked. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.